I'm here. I'm here with my boy Doughboy. We talking about. Tell him what we talk about. Tell him the little topic.
All right, so with me and YK talking about, we just speaking on far as like producers and what I'm saying, as far as the time change, well, era change and the generation has grown with time. But, as you sit back and you really think about it and you see um the DJs that's very limited now, like you hear a lot of DJ Khaled right now, DJ Mustard, which is from the West Coast. And you have a few, Dre still does things here and there, but not too much. But if you really think about how big the DJ were back in the '90s, as far as you had the heavy hitters, DJ Enough, you know what I mean, DJ Funk Flex, Just Blaze, DJ Clue, you know what I mean, Illuminati. It's actually a plethora of DJs actually. But we just breaking down some of the things as far as music and producers, how a lot of them don't really get noticed, and how some of them kind of just like fly by or whatever. We still got Swiss Beats, who beats are still just out of this world, man. The stuff that he come with, the sounds and how he put stuff together and everything like that is just dope. And Timberland, you know what I mean? I
It,
don't really hear too much of Timberland now. I mean, I know he still do stuff here and there, but I know it's not as much. But I know DJ Mustard is like one of the hottest ones right now from the West Coast. I don't really hear too much about Jolly Beats. Maybe here and there. I know DJ Khaled is really taking over the game right now.
yeah,
Just about every summer, he has a banger for the summer.
yeah. It,
Just about every other time. What was the other? Actually, some other DJ too that had some. What's the other? Damn, what the hell was his other name? This other dude name?
shit, you got a few people. You got Ill Will. You got
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Damn, Mike Will that made it or whatever like
yeah,
that.
Mike Will. I said Ill Will. I mean Mike Will made it.
Yeah,
Um,
Mike Will.
what's the other boy name? It's another hot boy. It is nowadays like producing. Yo, I respect producers who last, man. That's an underrated art because yo, it's so hard to
Yo,
be a
you look at a
producer.
lot of people, yo. Like, remember Rodney Jerkins, yo? Rodney Jerkins. You got the songwriter Brian Michael Cox, but he also a producer.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then if you look at like that shit don't work with Jermaine Dupri.
Oh yeah,
He worked he worked with damn son. P Diddy, because P Diddy got a little stuff called when it comes to producing and getting a DJ and stuff like that. For you know what I mean, that aspect. But it's so many areas where you can actually go at for that, man. There's so many different producers out there, songwriters, ghostwriters. There's all types of shit that goes on in the music business that just did overlook.
yeah. Back in the day though, like people like Barry Gordy and the L.A. Reids and stuff like that, they was more important nowadays. And I think that's why the music was also a little better too because they really had talent
Yeah, they
agents
put
out there.
out lyrical content that
Yeah,
actually people paid attention to now.
yeah. And you
Like,
had
yeah,
people
you got to
who,
think back in the day was way more lyrical. You
yeah.
got Rock Kim, Big Daddy Kane, KRS.
Yeah,
You got
even when it come to like songwriting, it's like you really had like jobs that really was strictly for talent rather than like nowadays it's so lazy and everything is just quickly put together that it's you don't even care about like you don't need a middleman anymore like the Rodney Jerkins, L.A. Reids and shit like that because you can basically get yourself established out there now. You don't got nobody critiquing your work. It's so effortless now, and I think that's where a lot of the like the OGs you can call them is missing that. That's what we're missing nowadays because the music is so effortless now. But
a lot of the music now is just whack though. A lot
yeah,
of a lot of it now, and a lot of music is actually just getting played because their beats are, you know what I mean,
yeah,
so outstanding and performing and to make you dance and stuff like that. So then that's what catches the
Yeah,
person's eye.
yeah, and what you just said, like back to so what you just said, I'm gonna go back to with the producing. It's a difference from a producer and a beat maker. I think it's a lot more beat makers nowadays than producers. Like Timberland, Pharrell, Swiss Beats. Them niggas was producers. Like them niggas really
Yeah.
produce and
Well, Pharrell
critique.
and the Neptunes.
Yeah, Pharrell and Neptune, they really produce tracks, yo. Like them niggas really was like something special. Nowadays, it's just niggas who make beats. They just make beats. You know, they not really producers and really. That's why they be so hair 1 minute and gone the next. Like the boy Lex Luger was hot for a second. You know, he hot as shit. Don't get me wrong, them niggas was hot. All them other niggas. Jalil hot as shit. Like, you know, them niggas had summers, but it's like once you on the wave, then you off the next second because it's just like it's so temporary. But like when you had motherfuckers back in the day who really was, you know, who really used to coach and who really knew what they was doing, man. It was just like they made their artists way bigger, man, back then. It was basically about the producer back then, man. Nowadays, don't get me wrong, it's the beats. The beat selection is important, but I think the producer back then made the artist way better. So if you got your hands in the right producer, that shit would make you way better. Like a Timberland and all them niggas, man. Yeah.
That's kind of where I was referring to when I now. That's kind of funny you mentioned that because that's how I kind of feel when it comes to Dr. Dre and Eminem.
Yeah. When you talk about 50, yeah, you right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that right there, to work with Dre is outstanding, man. You know what I mean? Like that he been around for eras and generations, so he know how to fit a culture and what to change. He went from working with Snoop to Tupac to just about everybody, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And over the course of time, he always had some type of beat, some type of, you know what I'm saying, edge that grabs a crowd. And when him and Snoop get together, it been nothing but hits between them two.
Mhm.
And that's that. Oh, that is sick. You
Yeah.
got it been mad rap combinations of producers and rappers that get overlooked to where they don't barely get no award or nothing like that. But when they make songs and they come together, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Because Game and 50 Cent, honestly, when Game and 50 Cent actually rapping the same song, it was unstoppable.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
They was unstoppable. When they rapped on the same song, it
Mhm.
was unstoppable.
And I
When
think if it wasn't for 50 and Dr. Dre, Dr. Game would have been an alright artist, but he got his hand like he just stepped in the perfect situation for him, cause at the time 50 was the bull and Dr. Dre just complimented his Game style to a T, man. If it wasn't for Dr. Dre for Game, man, I don't know, like the documentary wouldn't have been what it was. Like oh, man. Man, producers, man. We need more producers, man. We need to go back to the art of producing, man, and stop calling beat makers producers, cause all beat makers ain't producers, man. It's crazy.
But
Like,
see, a lot of them don't know the difference. That's how, time has changed and then how young people are. Because a lot of people don't understand the difference in between that. That's the
mhm,
part that bugs me. A lot of people say they know music and they know this, that, and the third. But honestly, what history do you know following your statement? What type of knowledge do you know behind what's going on? Because every era had different types of produced music at that time. We went
mhm,
from classic, hip hop, rhythm and blues,
mhm,
jazz, to what I mean, a little bit of mixture of like rock and electrical jazz, like stuff like that. Then we go from the hardcore rap to the soft singing. Nigga, you got rappers that's actually like singing more melodies now and shit. Auto tune became even more heavier with T Pain.